So it was 98. He wanted me to trade for Randy Johnson from Seattle. He wanted, Cleveland was our big rival that particular year. It was my first year as GM. And he's like, you better do this. He was pressuring the hell out of me to trade for Randy Johnson. But our team was so good, I was worried that I had known Randy, Lou Piniella being a former manager of ours, and I had worked with him. I had always asked Lou when he was managing Seattle, every time they'd go on the East Coast swing, Randy was supposed to pitch against us, and then it would turn out they'd reshuffle the rotation. He'd pitch the last game in Fenway or the first game in Baltimore, and he'd miss us. So it happened year after year, and I finally asked Lou, hey, what's going on with that? He said he doesn't like to pitch at Yankee Stadium. So right away, I was like, I'm going to trade for this guy who doesn't want to pitch in New York in Yankee Stadium. And, so at the end of the day, I chose not to, and he would take the position of, you better be right. And he wound up going to Houston, and he was amazing, and they got knocked out in the first round, and so we didn't have to deal with them with the Indians, and the rest was history. We went on and won the World Series that year. But the position George would take would be, if I was adversarial against something he wanted, I would say, Gene Michael told me this. Well, all right, I'll do it. If this is what you want, I'm going to make sure everybody knows this is what you want.
Yeah, but then he became a Yankee in 105.
Yes.
Yeah. So what happened?
Well, we were desperate, and at the end of the day, that '98. I mean, again, you have to evaluate your team chemistry and everything else. The '98 team had something that was so unique and special that you didn't want to mess with that clubhouse too easily, and I mean, it didn't really seem to have a need where the 2005 team did. Yeah. So it was just completely different circumstances. So.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.